Okay guys, the big day is here. Why can't I get to fourth gear?
Are we in 4x4?
Yes. Okay guys, today's the big day. We're catching a ferry from Baja, Mexico to Topolobampo on the mainland of Mexico. And ideally we would have liked to go to Mazatlan directly, but that ferry is out of commission. So we are crossing to Topolobampo, and then we need to drive 6 hours south to Mazatlan, and then we'll be heading east over towards the Durango area.
Dispositivos de cámaras o algo filmando, por favor, una recomendación, no debe de tomar.
Alright, well, it was pretty easy. We just went through customs where we were not allowed to film, and then got weighed and measured, and paid our fee of 7,000 pesos. And now we're just staging to get loaded on the boat.
We are all paid up for the ferry. It was 7,454 pesos. And it comes with some food vouchers, apparently.
Now, after waiting a couple of hours, they're starting to load some of these bigger cargo units on the lower decks. These are car haulers or automotive transport. Heading back to the mainland empty. Well, look at that, guys. We had to back up this crazy ramp, and then we shoehorned ourselves in between these two trucks. I lost count of how many trucks are in here. Quite a bit more than I thought.
Perfect. All right.
Got the real coffee now. Topolobampo, Sinaloa. Buenos dias, Fabio.
Buenos
You
dias.
sleep good?
Oh, perfect.
Good.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oops, there's Isabella. Oh my God, who's that woman? I don't know her.
We're just pulling into port now. Had a fairly good crossing. Not so bumpy that I couldn't sleep, although it wasn't the perfect sleep, but fairly uneventful. Now we head south through Sinaloa to Mazatlan. So I'll show you us debarking here. Undebarking? Yeah, that's right. And heading out of here. Off to a little bit of a bumpy start. I'm having problems with our batteries, and the truck did not want to start on the ferry there, so we had to get a boost. So that is going to be the number 2 priority.
All
All right, guys, we are here at AutoZone. Unfortunately, we are having some battery issues here, and hopefully we can figure it out if it's a battery or a terminal.
All right, guys, it's been a couple hours on toll roads already. We've paid about 100 pesos or 10 bucks, and the roads are really good. We're driving through what seems to be primarily agricultural regions. There's lots of crops that are just going in and coming up as seedlings, and we're still traveling with Fabian and Isabella. They're in the truck ahead of us. Oh, we did stop at an AutoZone, I should say, and picked up just a cheapo generic brass battery terminal and replaced that one that I had on there. We are only charging at 13.6 volts, so that's a little bit low. I might have an alternator problem, but I'm holding judgment until we arrive at Mazatlan tonight and see how we do. All right, we made it to Mazatlan. 6 hours of driving, but no big deal. And tomorrow we're going to try and get an alternator figured out. I'm not sure that that's the problem yet, but that's what we're going to tackle next. And from there we head east towards
Durango. All right, let's go grab some food.
Cool.
Oh man. Oh, that looks so good. Wow. Look at those ribs.
We need Frank. Where is he?
Oh, gracias.
Welcome back to AutoZone, everybody. In today's episode, a treat especial. We're going to swap out our alternator. So this is when I'm glad I have a common vehicle, because I can pop into any old AutoZone. They were able just to throw mine on the tester and prove what I already suspected, that the regulator was Koopa-duped, and order a new one. And in a couple hours, here I am installing it. And you have to be super careful for this part while connecting the power, because somebody didn't disconnect the main batteries. Done. So I had the solar panels connected and charging while we waited for the part to come in from the warehouse. So our batteries are kind of charged up again, I hope. 13.5 volts. And this was not putting out any current before, so we'll put this on here. I'm sure it's going to work. Stand by for amazing times. Hopefully you can see that, and hopefully you can hear me. We're charging at like 50 amps right now. And 14.4-ish. We're good to go. Back up, let's roll.
The next morning.
So here we are at AutoZone again. Unfortunately, our vehicle didn't start again today, so we are back here. We replaced the alternator yesterday, and it looks like it might be the batteries as well. So we're going to get some new batteries, and then we'll be heading to the mountains.
Soon after.
So there we have it. Battery number uno, battery dos, brand new. Should be able to start no problem, and now we're heading off to Durango. Okay, let's see if she goes. Surprise, surprise. Here we go.
about a half hour outside of Mazatlan, and we're in the town of Concordia, and we're just gonna go take a little look around. So after about 5 hours of driving, we are finally at the Parque Natural Mexiquillo. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but it is absolutely gorgeous here. We're at high elevation, we're in snow, which is hard to believe that you could go from the hot ocean weather to snow all in one day. But yeah, it's gorgeous, trees, mountains. I'll show you around here a little bit.